why is it so important for marketers to understand human psychology? I see a lot of like the marketing gurus, especially copywriting people, talk about the importance of understanding human psychology because that's how you get good at writing and storytelling and everything. But really, I think that's one of the most interesting parts about marketing. It's all human psychology.
That's about
being relatable. You know how people feel and think, then it's always going to work. So it just said consumer behavior understanding helps marketers predict and influence consumer behavior. Brand perception plays a key role in shaping consumers' perceptions of brands. And then consumer engagement can help marketers create engaging content and experiences. Kind of just like the basics.
And you watch and you evaluate and then you figure out where you are.
So I asked
Going asking a bunch of
ChatGPT.
questions. Get him out of here. He's a narc.
I asked ChatGPT, how can I begin learning human psychology? And obviously, you can read books, but nobody wants to do that nowadays. Those psychology books are long, and they are hard to read. I took psychology. There's online courses. You can watch videos.
Yeah, but
I really went to Twitter. Twitter helped me understand, like when writing captions, you have to understand what people are going to be thinking as they're reading it and how to do that. So I follow like copywriting experts that they have studied.
I think too, you have to look at the end goal of what you're trying to accomplish. You're not trying to understand the psychology of every human there is. If you're a business owner, you're trying to understand the psychology of your customers more than anything else, right? So I do think you find like maybe even like-minded feeds, like competitors of your product, maybe in different markets. If you go and you look at how they communicate with their customers, how the customers communicate back with them, I don't know, do a little spying on them, just figure it out. How they talk to them, that could get you a little bit in the mindset of those types of consumers. What do you think? That's a little bit creepy too, huh, Sean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think psychology's, the practice of psychology, I think we have a million interactions a day that are forming the way that we perceive things and how we make decisions. So, yeah, the better you get at doing that, the better you understand the situation. So there is somewhat of a skill to it. Sometimes it's maybe has something to do with brains, intelligence, skill, repetitions.
To me, it's really interesting when you read about, like, even, I guess this comes along with, too, practicing self-reflection. You realize, wait, this is why I do this kind of thing. It's really interesting. They have, like, branding experts that use psychology, like the coloring, where words are placed on a certain document because they just know a human is going to read this way first. This is what's going to draw the eye. So I think there's, like, 1,000 different things you can learn.
Well, it's really fascinating, too, because when you start to lean into this, you start to notice how much it's being used on you to persuade you with propaganda or whatever it is. Like you said, there's certain colors, moves people. Like everywhere you look, you're being sold all the time.
I think if you were to look this up one time, I can't remember the exact number, but how many ads you're exposed to a day, start paying attention to how many little logos you see. Like, seriously, just pay attention to it, and you start to realize if you understand how people feel and how people think in your market, it's going to take your campaign to the next level.
And there's so many times if they see that brand, now it's crossed over a threshold inside of them that maybe it's a trusted brand. So, yeah, we're being manipulated all the time. Maybe not in a nefarious way, but in a way that, looks like it optimizes our life, but as, also could probably work the opposite way too.
We've talked about before social proof, scarcity, and price anchoring. Those are some really interesting psychology hacks that marketers and advertisers use. Yeah. So if y'all want to go listen to our past podcasts on social proof and price anchoring, those are two really popular everyday examples of human psychology used in marketing. Yeah. But yeah, I think, with psychology, and I took psychology in college, I thought I was going to love it. It was an interesting course. It was super hard. It really was hard. But, if you want to be a better marketer, study people.